Welcome back. In this video, we will talk about PHP loops. Often when you write code, you want the same block of code to run over and over again a certain number of times. So instead of adding several almost equal code lines in a script, you can use loops. Loops are used to execute the same block of code again and again as long as a certain condition is true. So in PHP, we have four types of loop statements. The first one is while, the second one is DoWhile, the third one is for, and the last one is ForEach. The last one, ForEach, is a special one which works on array, so it is very useful when we are working on arrays to use ForEach instead of other loop statements. So first we will start with while loop. While loop. So let's see the syntax of a while loop. It is very simple one. While the condition and then block of code. So while loop loops through a block of code as long as this condition is true. It means if I provide a true here, then it will become an infinite loop, or if we provide false here, then this block will never be executed. So let's see a simple example to see how this works. I will take a variable I which will be 0 at initial conditions. Then I will put a condition that I should be less than 10, and then I will print I along with break tag so that we can see every iteration in a new line. So if we save this code and execute this, then you can see that this block of code will go into infinite loop because the value of I will remain 0 and it will always be less than 10. So this condition will always be true. It means that this loop will go in infinite loop. So we need something that will make this condition false when our purpose is solved. So this condition will only be false if I is equal to 10 or greater than 10. So we can do one thing. If for example, if we want to print the number 0 to 9, then we will put I is I plus 1. It means that after each iteration, the system will add 1 into the value of I. So let's see how this works. We can also write this code as I plus plus. It is an increment operator which will do the same thing as this code. We can also put a reverse loop. For example, if the initial value of I is 10 and if the value of I is greater than 0, and then if we use this code, then it will again go into infinite loop. So we need a code so that the value of I decreases to 0. So here we will put a decrement operator, and then let's see how this works. So this decrement operator, this can also be written as I is equal to I minus 1. Next one is DoWhile loop. Do while loop is very similar to while loop, but there is one difference which is very useful in some of the cases, that do while will always execute at least once, and the following iterations will be based on the conditions we provide. So let's see the syntax of do while. Or we can just copy this code and paste, cut this code and paste it here, and then this will work. This should work same. Yes, as we can see, the results are totally same. So we will do one more thing. We will provide a false statement here, like we know that I is greater than 10, sorry, I is equal to 10. So we'll say that I is greater than 10 here, and we know that this condition is false. So let's see what happens. See, uh, the condition is false, so still the do while loop will be executed at least once. The next one is for loop. If you notice that we are providing the initial statement here and the increment statement here, but with the help of for loop we can combine this these all these statements into a for loop condition like this. Like we can put this condition here and this increment operator here, and the condition will go between these, and we will keep the code same, but we will delete these things, and I need to modify the conditions. So we will keep I is greater than 0. So we can see that there is only one difference between for loop and while loop, that we can combine the initial statement and the increment or decrement statement into one for loop statement. Apart from that, everything will work same. And there is one more interesting thing, that these conditions are also optional, so we can also move them from here to their places and it will still work same. Sorry, I need to provide a semicolon here. Yes, it is still working same. So we can see that both of these conditions, both of these statements are optional, and if we remove these statements, it just becomes like a for loop, sorry, for while loop. So the next one is for each. As we already know, this loop works on array, so we need an array. We will make a list: red, green, blue, black. Okay, this is enough. And then for each, and we will put this list as I. We can choose any variable, but it is a convention to use variable I as index. So we can also choose m and anything we want, but as a convention we always use I for index, and then we will print these values. So if we notice the syntax, here we need to provide the name of the array, and here it will be converted to a temporary variable I for each iteration, and then this will be our statement block. We can do anything like making them st in capital letters. Yes, str to upper is used to make the string to capital. So in this video we will do one more thing. We will see how nested loops works. So we will do one thing. We will try to make the combinations of a coin tossed. So let's see if we toss two coins. So let's see how much combination that we can make. So we will make an array of coins, head, H for head and T for tail, and then we will make a for each loop as coin I, then we will copy this, and then we will print one more change. This need to be changed to J, and then we will print I J, then we need to print each line in new line, so we will put br here and then print. So let's see. So as you can see, we made combinations of two coins tossed. If we want to make it 3, then we will add another loop, and then I should make it to k, so these are 8 combinations, and we can do nesting with any type of loop statements. We can combine for each with for, while with for, or anything else. So this is all for this section in PHP loops. So in the next video I want to talk about operators, because I think we have missed that part. We only covered the logical operators, and the other one was comparison operators. So in the next video we will see all other operators. So thank you.